ki khubor ka bate si TV. Lawan Rashaphi taka Frank Motors. Visit Frank Motors or call 7045207973.
MIT University of Meghalaya. Our admissions are now open for the academic year 2024-25. Explore our best courses, experience global collaborations. Apply today.
Ke East West Group of Institution Bangalore kebeladon kemasan postemi bat ke bapau baha ke kod admission na kebenta ke nursing and paramedical course yang jingte bakam benya kol hakini ke number harum. Ke Sankardev College Shillong hakat atrek ujuliu araja pusau kelapan pendapat ba ke India Reads Movement ke jingtemu ban kinti ke jisnotenat ban pulikot ba ban pinchlur ke bedang shoes tang ban pulikot bakin don ke jisnotenat ha ke jing puli ke kot ke ba ajimentoy. Ya kena program la penlong ada Department of Teaching English to Speakers of Others Languages. Ringkat ke jingat trelang berke English Language Teachers Association of India Meghalaya chapter berke Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan Semam ke Sarkar Meghalaya. La pli ya kena program ha ke jingalang ke belong ha Directorate of Education Research and Training ha ke bau menteri ke tenat puli puthi ke Sarkar Jilla urakam isangma ulalong kumukongsan ubla pelait pait ba ke kot ke pelai kerteng on communicating la tho the Professor TK Kharbaman ke National President jong ke English Language Teachers Association of India ringkat ke jing sakhilang jong advisor ke tenat puli puthi ke Sarkar Jilla uba HM Shangpliang ke principal jong ke Sankardev College ke Dr. Yurika FP Lingdo bat kiwe.
India reads. Why India reads? Because India does not read. And does not read enough. So far, we were focusing only on professionalizing teachers. But now we feel that students' needs are much more intense and we need to address it. As teachers, if we don't address this particular issue, who else is going to do it? Doctors won't do it, engineers won't do it, nobody else can do it, even parents can't do it. It's only the teachers can do it. If the learners are not doing, we need to accept the responsibility that primarily we are responsible. We are irresponsible. That's the reason why our students are, I think we need to shoulder that particular responsibility. And that's the reason we thought that we should directly address the teachers, especially influencers like you. Why reading? We all know that reading is the mother of all skills. It is the reading that makes us become better speakers, better writers, better listeners, better readers. Reading is a skill. Only by repeatedly engaging with it, we become better readers. And it is reading that makes us become better thinkers. These days, they talk about different kind of thinking. They talk about creative thinking, critical thinking, design thinking, analytical thinking, so many kinds of thinking. All these skills will go for a toss if our students don't read, which is happening unfortunately now. Okay, we need to address this. That's the reason why we thought we should do it. Can the academia do something about it? Has the academia has done anything about it? Sorry, we haven't done much about it. Okay, academia throughout the year focuses only on the textbooks. Textbooks have a different kind of purpose. Textbooks are meant for tests, examinations, assignments, some other form of homework. And if at all academic fraternity or the textbook promotes only intensive reading. But the kind of reading that we are concerned about is extensive reading. Reading for joy, reading for pleasure, reading on one's own volition. And if we can do that, learners can manage their academic subjects, not only English language or any language, all the subjects much more easy.
Another round of applause for the successful launch of India Reads season. On the back cover of her book, you will find an extensive illustration of how illustrious her career has been in our state, in the country, and abroad. And I'm humbled to stand here on this momentous occasion. There cannot be a more apt moment to release a book than on a day like this when we launch the India Reads movement. And I found it very interesting that Dr. Ilango mentioned, if you're not a reader, then you haven't found the right book. I think I speak on behalf of everyone here when I say that we hope and pray that this book that will be released today will be the right book for many young people, not just in the state, maybe even in other places as well. I will not talk about what you will read on the back cover of this book, but I will tell you all about how much Professor Karbamon, or as we lovingly call her, Ma'am VC, how much she fills our university with that motherly warmth, wisdom, and elegance. We look up to her for encouragement and inspiration.
It had its genesis when I worked in the Cambodia India Center for English Language Training at Phnom Penh, Cambodia. And this book saw the light of day when the ambassador of India, Alok Nath, called me to his chamber one day and he said, "Ma'am, you have to train the soldiers at the Peace Corps." And I tried to do that. The university where I was working then, the English and Foreign Languages University, where I had been working for 30 years, had equipped me with 2 cartons of books. I went there prepared, but into the classroom I found that none of these books could help my Cambodian colleagues, my Cambodian students, my Cambodian soldiers, because they did not understand English at all. So I had to design my own materials to meet the requirements and the needs of the Peace Corps personnel. And so this was an endeavor. I had shelved it for a long time, but I thought that communication is very, very important because we take this often for granted. And so I thought to myself, why not bring out maybe a simple book which can benefit not only the students but all of us, because there are times when we fumble as to how we can talk, how can we respond to things like on greetings. I'll share an experience with you. When I landed at the airport in Cambodia, it was an embarrassment because I did not share the culture and I did not know how to greet the Cambodian officials. So it was quite an eye-opener for me that greetings are linked to culture, and therefore I thought it is important for our children, and as Dr. Elango had said, that it's important for our children to groom themselves, to know how do they greet people when they are in different cultures. It's important to know how to introduce yourself and introduce the others. It's important to know how to talk about your likes and dislikes. Asking for directions. I'm sure many of you found this venue a little difficult. And how do we give directions? That's important. That is one of the units in the book. And how do we make suggestions? And of course, we do not always have to be the yes people. We need to agree and disagree. But we can do it in a way that's very courteous, in a way that's very polite. And so I thought I should include that unit in the book. So it's how about agreeing and disagreeing. It's how about making requests and responding to requests. It's how about giving information and asking for information. It's about making apologies. Now I keep on saying this, that in this generation and in this age, values have become refrigerated. Values are in cold storage, and we need to revive back this importance of values, and therefore making apologies is a unit in the book, and of course making complaints. These are what are in the book.
I would like to congratulate the Meghalaya chapter for this inauguration, the launching of India Reach Movement Meghalaya chapter, and my best wishes to each one of you and to each one of us as we begin, as you already heard from the earlier speaker. it truly will be a blessing and making us a way better. I'm confused today, and many will be confused. If I ask the question, science doesn't have the answer. If we ask simple question, we always just to ask, the egg or the chicken come first? The science doesn't have the answer. Small question. It's the egg or the chicken come first? And today, the same question, if I ask to everybody, to India Reach movement, the movement to make everybody to read, the practice. But what to read is also my initial question. And what comes first, a read or write? It will be difficult for us to answer. Yes, we want to read, but what to read? It's a question for us. And today, I would like to congratulate and thanks, proud to mention Professor T.K. Bama for contributing the asset to read for us. I believe the challenge for every authors, intellectuals, to contribute to the knowledge of the world by contributing your intellectuals, which will be the global asset to the generation to come. And I also invite all scholars and the students, let us read to write. Let us also write to make people read. But it will be incorrect on my part to say, just to encourage everybody to read. No. Not for us. We shall give something people to read. Therefore, it's my invite everybody, or my respect the distinguished scholars and the intellectuals individual this afternoon. It's our everybody's responsibility to contribute the global knowledge to make people read. The tribal practice, about the travels, about the Northeast, the different music that we sing, the different practice that we are culture practice. All things to be written by the others, to be right by us. Today, it's my request to all the intellectuals, friends, in this room. It's time us to write about us also. Let others read.